Welcome back, everybody, to Source Money Tarot. Hope you had a great day. I want to do a quick energy read, very general, and see what Spirit is telling us about any matters related to money, career, or a message from Source. Listen, and if it takes us into a different direction of generalities, then we just trust in the universe to do so. So let's get right into it. I prayed over the reading. I just ask that the universe keep us aligned, keep us protected. What's meant for you will always find you. Keep that understanding. Hey, Spirit. Oh, okay, immediately. What is the current energy? Current energy we have here is the Page of Swords in the upright. I'm going to pick another card. Thank you, Spirit, for that. What is the current energy? What is the current energy, Spirit? Give me another card for the current energy, Spirit. Another card for the current energy. Clearly, give me a clear card for the, there we go. For the current energy. Wow. The devil. Okay. So we have the Page of Swords. And then the devil, destructive indulgence. So right now what I see, and I love these cards because they're so visual and descriptive, but basically it looks like there's a young person here, you know, and he's coming up with so many ideas, but it looks like there's two sides of his brain that he's trying to decide to use. One is super creative, very colorful, you know, bright, and look, he's smiling because he's just diving all in. And the other seems to be logic. Are these numbers and equations and formulas? Yes, they are. So this is mathematics. I mean, really strategic, okay? And the Page of Swords, to me, seems like a beginner, okay? So this is a beginner who has a large sword. So he's a kid with an adult sword. So he's new to the fight, whatever the fight may be. But right now, as opposed to the opposite, if this was in reverse, it would be disconnected information. Right now, he's trying to think of a plan. Strategic solutioning. How do I figure out this problem in this fight that I'm in? So apparently he's in a fight and he's trying to figure out, how do I strategically come up with a solution to win? All right. But right now it's the devil on the other side as well. So this could possibly mean that he's in the battle. He's not thinking of a strategic solution to solve the problem. He is thinking of a strategic solution to win with intent on no positive outcome, okay? The destructive indulgence, the devil card usually, look at this person. This person looks like they're part of the nightlife, okay? Clearly part of the nightlife. And look, people in the background watching her crash out. She's a crash out. She's a crash out. She looked drugged up, she looks drunk. And obviously all of those things are in alignment with destructive indulgence. The devil, destructive indulgence, nightclubs. She's out there. It's like she doesn't care, you know. She has her hair flipped. She's lost in the moment. Okay, she's completely committed to the self-destruction that she is participating in. Wow, that's the current energy. So somebody is in this energy. Somebody is trying to come up with a solution to win and finish the crash out. Okay, the person, whoever it is, doesn't care. So if this is your person, to the collective I'm talking to, there's somebody out there, I don't know, maybe this is you. Maybe this is you. And maybe that's a confirmation in the background music. All right, so whoever's reading this, this is you. This is you. And we'll find out right now. So Spirit, from the light workers deck I'm using, what's one truth about this? Give me a confirmation. What's one truth? Talk to me. There's a truth. You're going to flip it over. Negative consequence. Wow, judgment in reverse. Negative consequence. Bam. All right, whoever I'm talking to, this ain't going to end well for you. This isn't going to end well for you. And to my collective, if this is your person, close friend, partner, whatever have you, lover, not going to end well for them. This is the judgment card in reverse, okay? Now, when you're looking at this is probably in the upright. You can see the judgment. It's on one side, beautiful. It seems angelic. But on the other side, evil, fire for hair, flames, okay? And it's an earned reward if it's in the upright. But it was in the reverse, so that means a negative consequence, okay? Negative consequence. It's not going to end well for whoever this person is who's willing to go beyond the borders of reason to come up with a way to win. It's not going to end well for you. Talk to me, Spirit. Give me one more truth. You know it's going to end. Oh, look. And the negative consequence. And look. 4 of Cups in the upright. Arrogant wastefulness. Whoever this person is, they don't care. They don't care. They don't care if it's a negative consequence. They're arrogant and they're wasteful. All right? They're willing to throw away everything that they have. You see, look, these cups are empty. These cups are empty, and instead of this person had a glass of wine, instead of this person filling these glasses of wine and sharing it, this person in their arrogance is pouring out, want to show you, listen, this is nothing to me. I'm going to just pour it out. So whoever this person is, they may have had something of value. Maybe they had connections or relationships, but they got arrogant and they're trying to prove that they're wasteful. Maybe they're trying to prove to all these people in the back, I don't need this, so I'm going to just randomly pour it out. And that's what it is. This person is not fearful of risking things that are of value. And that's the truth. Those are the 2 truths. They're going to have a negative consequence as a result of their actions and their crash out, but they don't care. Arrogant wastefulness. They're like, F it. I'm going to do it anyway. Okay? Now, Spirit, tell me, what are some blockages? What are some blockages to this truth? What are some blockages to this truth? Talk to me, Spirit. What are some blockages to this truth? What are some blockages? Oh. Ooh. All right. I asked what are some blockages? And these are them. There's an emperor who's a strong leader. This must be your opponent. For whoever this reading is for, that seems to be young but has all these different ideas, these grandiose ideas to win their battle, and they're willing to be a crash out. They don't care what the negative consequence is because they're arrogant in their wastefulness. Apparently your opponent is an emperor, a strong leader. And I got news for you. Whoever this is, this person is rapid fire planning. This person is young in their plans. You can see these are just drafts. These are just drafts. This strong leader is really building a city. He's building a world of his own by himself. Focused in the early stages of it. The opposite would be procrastinating action. Nah, he's the upright. He is rapid play. He is moving. While this person over here is crashing out, trying to win. And the emperor over here, you can see he's in the dark. He's sitting on a chair. He's looking down. He's deep in thought. Or you could look at it this way. This emperor who's a mature man. You know, he's older, got a little bit of gray in his beard. He's battle tested. He's an emperor, so obviously he's successfully battle tested. He's in a dark room solo. But if you put him 2 by 2, he's looking at the young guy work. Maybe he's in battle so that his inner child can build over again a new world that he plans to grow up in and rise up in and live in. But he needs to do what he needs to do to battle to bide the time for the young person to build. Come on, what are we talking about? Those are the blockages to this person right here. An emperor who is locked in and focused on rebuilding a new world for himself. Okay? That light workers deck is phenomenal. I'm about to go to the Back to the Future deck. We're going to ask Spirit, what is he building? What is the purpose? Okay? So it's about money or purpose. And we ask in Spirit, what purpose is there? What money? Talk to us. Give us a message about money or give us a message about purpose. Talk to us, Spirit. Give us a message about money or purpose. Oh, shit. This came out in terms of death in the upright. Ooh, death in the upright. Now, if I'm just looking at the card, that's crazy. If I'm looking at the card, whoever this is inside. Okay? Whoever this is inside. They're on the inside of a home. This is a window right here. And what if this is the Back to the Future deck? Let's say this is a glimpse at the future. This person who's on the outside, the person with the black hat, and anybody who knows about Westerns, you know, the cowboy in the black hat is the person that's supposed to be the bad guy. But the person that's on the inside, he's looking directly at this guy who's trying to sneak up and come to him to face him. And he's holding a picture that says, rest in peace. Wow. Let me just take to the book to confirm that. So whoever this is, if these are opponents, there's going to be a showdown. All right? One person is pursuing and trying to creep up and be sneaky. And the other is rest in peace. This situation is coming to a close. I think that's what it's telling me. This situation is absolutely coming to a close. But let me see what the actual deck say. 38, page 38. The death card signifies the natural process of transformation, a transfer from one state to another. A cycle has come to an end. I called it. A cycle has come to an end. But endings are always followed by beginnings, and new adventures await. A cycle is coming to an end. This whole showdown is coming to an end. Rest in peace. Okay? But endings are always followed by beginnings. Beginnings. So this cycle is being put to rest. And this emperor knows it. He's working on his new beginnings. So this card in the upright means big change is in big change is in store for Marty McFly. And he must find the courage to face it. When the time comes, he takes positive action, thwarting the gunslinger Mad Dog Tannen and changing his destiny in 1885. In an upright position, death means it's time to move on from a job, a place, or a relationship. Let go of old ideas. It's time for something new. Wow. Wow, Spirit is talking today. Spirit is communicating. Hit that like button. Hit that like button if you agree. All right. Give me another message about money and purpose. You're saying it's a new beginning, Spirit. Give us another message connected to, wow, that jumped right out and it was actually in the reverse. So it is the 7 of guitars in the reverse. Let's see what that means. Seven of Guitars in reverse. I think that's a minor arcana. Page 58. Thank you for joining me, collective. I'm trying to be more consistent with this. So we have the Seven of Guitars. Let's see. Seven of Guitars in reverse. Will you ever get out of your situation? Stay strong. Giving up is not an option. There's a bright future ahead. Keep moving towards it. Wow. So if you have any doubt that this situation will ever change and if you'll get out of it, Spirit is saying, stay strong. You're going to get out of it. Don't give up. Giving up is not an option. There is a bright future ahead of you. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. Now, we're going to talk about the protection. And we're going to ask Spirit, what message can you provide for us related to protection? We're going to ask for 2 cards connected to this. 2 cards connected to the protection. Spirit, give us 2 cards. Give us a message about protection. Give us a 2. Oh man, 2. Oh, 3 actually. Okay. All right, Spirit is talking. So we have, in terms of protection, we have the Page of Swords in the upright. How can I place these? All right, we have the Page of Swords in the upright. We have the 9 of Swords in the upright. And then we have the Moon in reverse. Wow. So the Page of Swords, I'm not really familiar with the Marvel characters, so I'll just go directly to the Tarot deck book guidebook to read this Page of Swords. What I do know is still Page of Swords on this side. Wow, ironically, I'll put this over here as well. 7 of Swords, and then the Moon. Usually the Moon indicates something that's hidden. Something that's hidden. This hand seems to be resurrected. This could be, what's the evil Spider-Man guy's name? The dark Spider-Man, Venom. This could be Venom, because it seems to have the Venom cords. So it could be a resurrection. So once again, when we're talking about strategic solutioning, maybe the Page of Swords is trying to bring up something. The Page of Swords is rapidly working. He's really trying to cook up a plan in secret to resurrect something. So maybe he's trying to, if this is the end of the cycle, maybe he is trying to keep it going and restart something. So maybe he is telling lies, maybe he is gossiping, he or she, maybe they're gossiping. So maybe this is a message from Spirit that you got to work on your protections. Whatever you were doing to protect yourself and protect your energy to ensure that you continue to stay on your path, you're going to have to lock in and make sure you protect yourself. But let's go to the cards. I want to see what the cards tell us. Page of Swords. Swords is 98. Page of Swords in the upright is, welcome the clever, curious, exuberant child energy of the Page of Swords. Gwen Stacy packs a punch, swinging with adventurous spirit and excitement for exploration. Assemble your team of web warriors instead of spinning solo. Your world isn't the only universe. There's more than one way to weave a web. Life is learning. Expect mistakes. Always do your best, and remember, it's okay to ask for help. Wow, that's a nice little twist. I automatically was thinking in terms of, the consistency. But with this person, what this card is telling us is that's an energy, an adventurous, exuberant, childlike spirit. Maybe you feel renewed. The Emperor has gone through so many battles. He's old and he's aging, and he's in the room. He's really contemplating, but he's looking back at this young child over here, his inner child. Maybe it's time for a new path. The childlike spirit. And wow, there's so many pages indicating, so this is the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords, and then we have the Page of Swords here. Okay? This is the inner child. And what they're telling you is, welcome that clever, curious, exuberant child energy of the Page of Swords. You know, this card packs a punch, swinging with adventurous spirit and excitement for exploration. Go for it. Whatever it is you have your mind, you know, placed on, set on, go for it. And not only go for it alone, assemble your team of web warriors. Instead of spinning solo, your world isn't the only universe. There's more than one way to weave a web. Life is learning, so expect mistakes. Always do your best, and remember, it is okay to ask for help. Okay? And then we have the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords tells us that's the Venom symbiote. Okay? And the Nine of Swords in the upright says, dark daydreams and gnawing nightmares infiltrate your thoughts sometimes, binding your mind. Like the Venom symbiote, absorbing power and taking direction from its host, so do your thoughts. The Nine of Swords slashes with stress, anxiety, fear, worries in the wee hours of the morning, and guilt over the real and imagined. You're haunted and hunted by repetitive nightmares you can't release. Stop it. Clear your mind and only concentrate on those things you can control. So basically, any doubts that creep in when you get into this energy of starting anew, starting fresh, building a new world for yourself, go with exuberance and kick out anything that might be negative that'll be creeping into your mind that's doubtful. Okay? And then we have the moon in reverse. The moon is a major arcana. So let's look for the moon in reverse. Man, this is a good message so far, y'all. Put your likes up if this message is hitting home for you. The moon in reverse. All right, so we have the moon in reverse. So let me just give you some background on the moon, because they do have some background here as well. It says, the moon, full of illumination and illusion, shows us two faces, the bright side reflecting the sun and the dark side, mysterious, hidden, always in shadow and never in the light. The moon night, marked specter, always shows many faces, each personality with its own strengths. In the reverse, the moon means intuition holds out her hand, beckoning you to trust yourself even when joining her in shadows. Explore the unseen in the world and the secrets of your own soul. Don't be afraid to reach into the dark to get to the truth. Leverage the bright light of a full moon. Her reflection provides introspection and illumination into your soul and the soul of any situation. At times, you may find, like moon night, you experience prophetic dreams. These are a window to your inner self and soul, so pay attention. This is crazy. This reading is talking to me, yo. This is wild. Wow, thank you, Spirit. 3 messages when I asked for only 2. Okay? So that was the protection message. They was telling you, don't be afraid to go into the darkness to find the knowledge that you need. You have the ability to do both, to seek the light and navigate the dark. So my next question is, there's a shift. All right, what's the shift, y'all? Talk to us, Spirit. What is the shift? What is the shift that's taking place? We already see these are 2 separate people, okay? This one person is a little bit younger person. They're focused on coming up with some master plan to fight because they're holding a sword, you know, and they don't care how far they go to get it done. They're ready to crash out. They don't care about negative consequences. Okay? But what Spirit has told us is that this situation, this cycle is coming to an end. All right? So what's the shift? What shift can we expect? Spirit, wow, that was about to come out. So we have the 6 of clocks. What's the shift? Spirit, give me one more. What's the shift? Ooh. And the 3 of guitars. The 6 of clocks and the 3 of guitars. If I'm looking at these just off of the photo alone, it looks upright to you, but it's the reverse on my side. So this person seems to be accomplished. You know, this person is more mature. You know, they have all the little buttons. They seem to be elderly. Are those political pins? And then once again, you have a young person who is in their crib behind bars. Look, Spirit is talking to us. There's an older person and there's a younger person. You know, this person who is older is looking at his inner child rebuild his world. You see, he got gray hairs here, okay? He's sitting with the guitar. He's chilling on the reverse, all right? He's working on the moonlight. He's working in the dark. This person over here, young and out of control. Judgment, young, okay? It's crazy. And now we have mature, and then we have a young person. This person goes on to live mature life, gets accomplishments. This person has stripes on. This person has stripes on. Old school, that's a jail uniform. This person is behind bars. And they're singing the same tune. Got the guitar and everything. Let me read what this is. This is crazy. So what does the 6 of clocks say? 6 of clocks says, in reverse, the world's natural flow seems to have come to a halt. Whatever you are in need of or feel you should be receiving, whether financially or in terms of appreciation, isn't coming your way. Take extra care of yourself for a while. Before you know it, you'll start feeling like you're reaping life's rewards again. Okay? All right. Now, interestingly enough, this card landed on this side. So I'm going to go with the gut. This card landed on this side. This card landed on this side. So I'm going to say this is a message for this person right here. In reverse, it says the world's natural flow seems to have come to a halt. Whatever you are in need of or feel you should be receiving, whether financially or in terms of appreciation, it isn't coming your way. Now it's the time to take extra care of yourself for a while. Before you know it, you'll start feeling like you're reaping life's rewards again. So Spirit isn't giving up on whoever this is. And whoever watches this, if you know in your heart this is you, Spirit is not giving up on you. Spirit is giving you that message. Now let's see what the 3 of guitars is for this side. 3 of guitars in the reverse. That was correct. I'm sorry. This was 6 of clocks and 6 of clocks. So we're going to look at 3 of guitars. And the 3 of guitars says, in the reverse, you feel restricted and stuck in a rut. What obstacles are in your way? Can you move around them or over them? Whatever is holding you back will soon disappear, leaving you free to live your life. Wow. Wow. You feel restricted. So this guy right here, he's building in silence, but he feels restricted. And Spirit is saying, I don't care what it is, whatever it is, whatever you feel is holding you back, you feel restricted and stuck in a rut. What obstacles are in your way? Can you move around them or over them? Whatever is holding you back will soon disappear, leaving you free to live your life. Wow, Spirit is showing off. Man, this is a great reading, and it's moving super smoothly. Okay. All right. So we will go back to the Marvel deck. We're going to go back to the Marvel deck to answer the question, what's the action that should be taken, Spirit? What's the action that should be taken? What is the action that should be taken for the collective right now, Spirit? Talk to me. Let me get 2 cards. What is the action? What move should the collective make? That's 1, and that's 2. What move? What is the action that should be taken? So I have I have 3. I have the Ace of Wands in reverse. I have the 2 of Wands in reverse. And I have the Tower. Wow. Okay. Now I know sometimes when we see the Tower pop up, people think that is something major is going to happen. Wow. All right. So if this is the action, if I'm looking at these cards right away, I have the Ace of Wands here. And there's a hand that's holding a wands, but it's in reverse. And then I have the 2 of Wands here. I really can't make out what that is. Really can't make out what that is. Is that the Cerebro helmet? That could be the Cerebro helmet. And then we have the Tower. All right. And that's one of the, if it's Marvels, I think that's one of the Sentinels. So maybe it's saying, it's time for you to stand up. It's time for you to stand up and break out of whatever small world. People are trying to keep you small. It's time for you to stand up and be who you are. And that's going to possibly reverse any of the magic that's been done against you. Okay? But let's see what the Marvel book tells us. So first we're going to look at the Tower and the Upright. Let's start with that, the major arcana. Let's look at the Tower and the Upright. Wow, we zip through this read. After I go through these cards, we're going to talk about the final message and get you out of here. Do me a favor, like this video. We're going to look at what's the Tower and the Upright. Justice, temperance, the Tower and the Upright. Okay, so that's not a sentinel, that's Galactus. Okay? And if I seem to struggle with the reading, it's in super tiny lettering, so I'm trying to strain my eyes to read it. But there's a quote that says, "No living thing dares ignore my call, for I am that which has always been since this universe was birthed from the ashes of the last. I am the hunger that dooms worlds. I am he who is beyond such frail concepts as good and evil. I am Galactus. Galactus destroys and consumes worlds. If the Tower is in the cards today, brace yourself. Galactus marches into your life in a surprise attack to destroy and consume your world as well." Wow, and it is on this side. So this is something for the Emperor to look out for. When I pulled these cards, I started out the Tower. It fell on the side of the Emperor. So maybe this person is really cooking up something huge, trying to destroy his worlds. Okay? But let me read what it means in the Upright. That was the paragraph right before the Upright. The Upright says, "When the Tower appears, try not to panic. A major shock, a shakeup that will rock you to your foundations is coming. While we view this herald of destruction and chaos as a tremendous calamity, the only way the universe sees a fresh start for you is to swiftly and completely demolish what you perceived as strong structures. Galactus, like chaos, always hungry for more, appears when your world needs a complete overhaul and rebuild. You may feel as your life is falling apart, but be brave and welcome it. Remember that Galactus, as a cosmic being, can both resurrect the dead and create life out of thin air. Welcome, Galactus. He has come to destroy the old and rebuild something new. Wow, look at that. Look at that message, yo. That's why you can't assume when you see these cards, if you see something that says like the devil, or you see something that says the tower, it isn't always what it seems. Now let's look at the wands. Let's look at the Two of Wands. Let's see what that means. Two of Wands. The Two of Wands, Spirit. What does the Two of Wands mean? And the Two of Wands is in reverse, and it says uncertainty, unpreparedness, and indecision lurk as your enemies. Maybe you've been burned or your life's in flames. Stop spinning out of control and center yourself. Utilize Cerebral's power to amplify your own power, clearing the smoke from your vision. What's left behind may be the unknown, one of humanity's greatest fears. Use your head and heart to chart your path, but to get to where you're going, action is required. You gotta work. I'm not gonna say any more. That was a clear message. You gotta work. And then we have the Ace of Wands, which is right on the same page. That was Cerebral. So now we're looking at the Staff of One, and it's in the reverse. So that says, you're feeling devoid of creative fire, inspiration, and passion. Something sent your spells swirling askew. You need to remove roadblocks and rekindle that inner flame, the passion for your ideas and dreams. Your own blood spell brings forth your Staff of One, releasing and rekindling the inner flame of excitement and creativity. So once again, I see this had come out on this side. So Spirit, once again, is not giving up on whoever's over here. They're saying, obviously, your spell went the wrong way. You know, you need to remove roadblocks and rekindle that inner flame, the passion for your ideas and dreams. Your own blood spell brings forth your Staff of One, releasing and rekindling the inner flame of excitement and creativity. All right, man. And we're going to go to the final message from the Back to the Future deck. So we're going Back to the Future. We're going to do a quick cut of the deck. This has been a great, clear message. Great, clear message. So let me get to, Spirit. What's the final message you want to give to the collective? What's the final message? Oh, the Chariot. What's the final message, Spirit? Oh, okay. And the Nine of Flux. Okay. Now the Chariot usually means that person is on their way. Chariot is like they're zipping, they're gone, speed, no time to waste. And this is Biff. Inside here was the bully, and that was the Nine of Flux. So he looks like he has his box. He might be packing, and Biff, though it says Biff, that looks like a taxi in the background. But let's not assume. I don't have time to assume. I got somewhere to go. But let's see what that means. What's the Chariot? The Chariot is the major arcana, and it's in the upright. But there's a little paragraph beforehand. It says the time machine is the ultimate chariot, blazing through the boundaries of past, present, and future at a precise 88 miles per hour. The chariot signifies progress fueled by willpower and determination, a magnificent symbol of triumph in life. All right, and it's in the upright. So in the upright it says, drawn upright, the chariot is the card of ambition, the culmination of Doc's time travel dreams, reaching his goal of sending Einstein into the future at the Twin Pines Mall took incredible focus. Use the time machine as an inspiration, and don't let anything stand in your way. Stay focused is what Spirit is telling you. And what's the Nine of Flux? The Nine of Flux. I believe that's the minor arcana. Flux. There we go. The Nine of Flux. And it's in the upright, and that says, George McFly's first novel arrives in the mail. Oh, no. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Let me get back. It said George McFly's first novel arrives in the mail, and Biff gives Marty the keys to his freshly waxed dream truck. In the single scene, the McFly family shares the fulfillment of all their dreams. This is the card of the best of times, of wishes coming true and hoped for, future realized. Wow. I don't know, I'm getting too good at this. How do you sum that up? This saying, the Chariot, is to stay focused. You need to lock in and stay focused on your dream. And this card right here is your dreams coming true. You know, Marty McFly finished his novel. Biff is dropping off a new truck, and all of your dreams will be realized. Thank you for joining us. This is Source Money Tarot. And yeah, be right back.